Hey guys, I'm Kitty.
Hi, I'm Kitty. What's up, guys? I'm Kitty, and welcome to me. This is uncut, unfiltered,
and frankly fun podcast and show.
Here, I just talk it up with my friends or guests
and provide a safe space for us to talk about anything.
Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show. Welcome back, guys. I'm back at it again. If you were wondering what happened, the answer is a lot. And we can start with adult life hit me like a fucking truck. No one told me how annoying it is to get health insurance. It's been a whole thing between me and my dad. I am a chronic procrastinator, and I just keep if the process isn't easy, I keep putting it off. And no one told you people try to get you to pay for insurance when you don't really have to pay insurance so they can make money. So I learned that lesson. I didn't pay anything, but my dad had to tell me while I was on the phone with some health insurance realtor. And he's like, yeah, this isn't even part of the process. All of it is online, but it's just not simple enough for me. It's just annoying. Money is an issue. I think everyone's going through this right now, and I'm realizing as an adult how much everything costs. Because if you don't already know this, it's crazy because I don't stop talking about it. I will be moving to California next year, and I'm trying to get everything together to be able to afford that. And everyone knows California's a lot more expensive where I live now, which is Ohio. And yeah, it's a lot to consider. Because it's just, I want to move and I want to be able to stay there and not struggle. I don't want to move to struggle. And yeah, I'm just learning how life costs. Like, I recently had to go through my subscriptions because subscriptions these days will just eat slowly at your money, at all of your money. And because it's at random times, you don't notice the total sum until you're just like, why the fuck am I so broke every month? Because I was paying for every streaming service because I binge watch stuff. So there's oftentimes I'll run out of things to watch. So I'll just go to Hulu, or I'll just go to Prime Video or Disney or Max. And they keep bringing the prices up on subscriptions. And now everyone has their own subscription. So it's like I'm paying, Netflix is probably the most expensive right now, where if you want no ads, first off, I'm not dealing with ads, so it's not even an option for me. So it's like 20 something dollars for Netflix every month. Max is like 16 something with no ads, obviously. Hulu's a little less expensive. I don't remember exactly how much Hulu was, but it was less expensive. And then I don't know why I'm even being charged for Prime Video, and now that they add ads. If I pay for Prime period, I should get Prime Video, or at least just no ads while I'm paying for Prime. It's just the fact that the people on top are so hungry for money, it's trickling down and ruining my life. It's and then like every few months I'll get an email just like, hey, just so you know, heads up, we're gonna make Netflix $1 more expensive. We're gonna make Max $1 more expensive, Hulu more expensive. And it's not worth it. The whole point of getting streaming services is so you don't have to pay for so you don't have to pay as much. The whole point of having a subscription is that you're not paying for cable. But now, to get everything you want out of subscriptions, streaming subscriptions, you have to buy a bunch of them, and it's just out of pocket at this point. My friend gave me a solution, but unfortunately, the solution doesn't work with Apple products. And again, the way the people up top are ruining my life. Apple just wants to be so fucking different. Things if I had an Android, it would work with. Like, Apple just doesn't want to comply, and it's very annoying. And to anyone that's thinking, oh, just move over, just switch over. No, because the main thing I love about Apple is how all my Apple products are intertwined and connected. It's easy for me to take the phone that I'm using here, transfer everything to my Apple laptop, or I have several other phones that I use to help me record and stuff. It's just so much easier to switch and like share information. And automatically, if I make a video on one of my phones, all my phones have it automatically. I'm gonna eventually get that to happen on my laptop. I'm gonna figure it out, but it's just, if I wasn't into doing any type of content creating or recording anything, then I wouldn't care. And yeah, so if I didn't care about having all my stuff intertwined, I'd probably switch over, but oh well, I guess. But yeah, no, adulting is not fun. And I feel like we're all here at this point where everyone's just like, money's the problem here. Like, don't lie to me and say you can't buy happiness. You know how happier I would be if I was a rich person? I wouldn't be here. I'd be where I want to be. I'd be more healthy because going to work takes so much energy and time that it's hard to convince myself to go to the gym. If I just had time in the day, I'd probably go to the gym every single day or every other day consistently. But work takes up too much time in my life. And that's just a fucking problem. It's like I don't have time to be healthy. And that's something that I hope to eventually change. But yeah, my friend, I have a friend that's gonna, oh, just so you know, this is my little co-host right here. Look at him, so cute. If you're just audio right now, I have my favorite stuffed animal with me, sitting at the chair. He got his mic up, he has a little drink here, and we're just chilling. I'm supposed to make an announcement. I will be doing streaming soon. I have a friend, he's pray for him. He's out in Miami. He just flew out there he's doing his fucking thing. But he decided to do his fucking thing while they're having hurricanes in Florida. So I hope he's okay. I'm sure he will be, but you know, you never know in this day and age. That hurricane is tearing up the coast. And you know, thoughts and prayers out to everyone in Carolina, north, south, trying to get through it. And I hope my friend doesn't get hurt in this hurricane, you know? But if he makes it back, he's gonna help me hop on streaming. As you can see, I'm outside right now. This will not last. It is already cold. The only reason I'm making it out here is because the sun's out. The sun is out and I have a hoodie. But the way this weather changes is it's gonna be cold. I'm gonna be in my basement in a second. This will be recorded downstairs soon. But I don't know where I was going with that, honestly. But yeah, oh yeah, weather's getting bad. I will be inside more often. I won't be out and about as much. So I will be gaming. I have my PS5, I have my Switch. If I can afford video games at this point, I will be streaming, gaming. I have art projects I have to work on, so I wouldn't mind streaming while I am crafting and creating. I think that would be really fun. And yeah, and it'll be easier, maybe, because I'm not the best at talking while I'm gaming or anything, but doing art stuff, it'd be easier. Just, I can explain what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do there, but yeah, I'm gonna be a streamer. Woo. But yeah, as of recently, this year has been insane for me and the closest people in my life. Starting at the beginning of the year, I've had to lose most of my closer friends that I used to hang out with. For one reason or another, it's just I don't have the energy to keep up unhealthy friendships. And that can also lead into why, if you watch my other podcast, Tits for Tat, that I did with my former friend, and we suddenly stopped, it's because I burnt myself out doing 100% of the work. So I did the editing, planning, scheduling, networking, posting, recording. I had someone helping me with recording at some point, which was okay. But, I have to do all the clips and everything by myself. I had to keep up with all our social media by myself. I had to go pick her up and drop her off, and she was far as fuck from me every time we had to schedule. And I just like, when I say 100% of the work I was doing, it was all me. She just had to get into the car. Also, whatever equipment I had to pay for, the merch I paid for and created myself, you know, our logo, quite literally everything. And, we were supposed to be best friends. And I asked her to help because I was literally telling her that I'm burning myself out. It's getting exhausting. It's supposed to be fun. The only reason I'm doing this is because it's fun. I'm enjoying it. But as soon as it's not fun, I'm not going to be down to do it anymore. And she said she was busy with her own stuff, which would be valid if she wasn't on her own story complaining about how bored and she is and has nothing to do. And it would also be valid if she wasn't in my face when we're hanging out with other friends complaining how she has nothing to do day to day. Yeah. And it's just like I needed help with basic shit. I thought since she is already a content creator, she would be down to help me content create. Which all I asked really of her is to help me post because I hated posting. She had no time for that apparently, and I also just little stuff like, hey, help me come up with questions or have your own questions on under this subject, and it would be day of and I would be like, where's your questions? She'd be like, oh, let me look them up now. So ultimately I would love to continue Tits for Tat once I find a co-host that is willing to put in as much work as I am, because it got to the point where I was like, you know what, if I'm doing all the work for us, I might as well do all the work for me. Thus, me focusing more on my own YouTube and my own podcasts, which I will be doing regularly now. Yay. And then once I have my money and shit together, I would love to work on getting merch, and I'll be designing my own logo and everything. Even though one thing I do like to do is, even though I'm not the most skilled at digital art and certain aspects, I do enjoy doing my own thing because, I can be proud about it. It's something I did. So that will be something I will be working on soon. I am always down to have guests on. I have my friends. I have old videos that I may or may not post. I might want to just start fresh and try again, re-interviewing some of those other videos. And yeah, life has been insane lately. So unfortunately, me and her are no longer friends. Not because of the podcast, but also because of uh just a lot, the same like of effort that was put into our podcast was put into our friendship, where I was burnt out both in the podcast and in our friendship. And I asked her to be like, hey, instead of me planning everything for us to hang out, instead of me reaching out every time and trying to get you to hang out, I need you to step up too. And she didn't. So, which I don't know, made a lot of my other friends upset because I did claim her as a best friend. And I don't know, if you ask for the bare minimum from your best friend, it shouldn't be that hard to step the fuck up. So obviously among a lot of other reasons, but that was the main reason why, yeah, we're not cool anymore. There's no hate. I definitely deserve better friends in my life. And yeah, that's just one. And that was later. January I lost a friend. And it was only because we came to find out that she was an actual crazy person. No, like I genuinely saw her as a friend. Um, the first time I met her, I was trying to convince her to leave a really bad abusive situation, and that's how we became friends. Where I brought her around my other female friends that will help encourage her to get out of that situation. And it worked. And she was in a whole nother state. She ended up moving down here and actually hanging out with us. And that went okay for lots of months. And then she got psycho obsessed with a man. And it went all the way down the hill from there. It was just, she would get jealous of us, even though none of us wanted to date him or anything. She would paint a picture of, we all thought they were fucking. And when we actually met him and became friends with him, we come to find out, not at all. She would paint a picture of them, like, of them being together, and he's like, made it clear to her that he didn't want to be with her. So those were all red flags. Yeah, and one specific situation, so I can just paint a picture. I had a ugly sweater party for Christmas. I had a bunch of friends. The guy was there because we all liked him. He seemed like he's a dope dude. He knows who he is. And I invited him to hang out with us. She was there, and he came to my house, and he told her, so she went to go get him. And usually, since it's my house, I'm the one to go get people. So after she ran to go get him, I went up to just make sure, doors get shut, locked, everything. This bitch went outside down my driveway, left her shoes at the doorway to run to this man, and left my front door open. She left my front door open. It's nighttime. I don't know what the fuck she was thinking. So I was like, girl, you can't do that. So fast forward, he had a phone call, so she didn't even get him. She ran out, barefooted, everything, left my door open, didn't even get him because he was busy. She was having an attitude because he was taking too long on a business call outside. And I'm just like, why are you worried? That's not your boyfriend. But whatever. Fast forward. He eventually gets there. We have a really good time. It was a really fun party. And then eventually, inevitably, he has to go. And I was like, okay, I'll walk you out as, the host. So waiting for him to get his stuff together, and I'm waiting for him. She comes up to me and whispers, hey, can I walk him out? And I immediately was like, no, I got it. With no second thought. There was no hint of aggression. There was no, oh, because you left my door open, this is that. It was just like, no, I got it, because It's natural. It's my house. So I come to find out because of that whole situation, she had a little temper tantrum around my other friends getting upset about me walking them out. And they're also like, girl, that's not your boyfriend. Why are you upset about this? So that she held on to that. She's definitely one of those people that just carry everything. So anything I've ever done to upset her, she remembers. But what ultimately brought her to the point where she sent me paragraphs in text is our friend's birthday party, which is really fucked up. And I felt so bad it went this way. We we went to a really bad comedy show. I love comedy. If you know me, I love comedy shows. I love comedians. I love to laugh. My friend wanted to do a comedy show for her birthday, and I was like, fuck, yeah. They weren't actual comedians. The host was a very funny female that was a comedian, but whoever else, it was someone Marco. I think he does very awkward interviews with famous people, but he's not really good at stand-up comedy at all. It was really bad. So what happened was, at first off, it was a bunch of us, but the way we got our tickets, we weren't able to sit together. So it was 4 at one table further off, and it was me and one other friend at a separate table. To paint the picture, the crowd is very ghetto. It's loud. People are talking during the performance. People are just doing their own thing. It would be irritating if the show wasn't so bad. What are you gonna do? So, my 4 friends at the other table is, we will refer to the friend I'm breaking up in this situation, the Wicked Witch. Only because she has been dubbed that by her other friends. Or ex-friends now, because whatever. So I start getting texts from 2 other women at the table complaining that the other 2 are tripping. That they're catching attitudes, this, that, and it's just making them very uncomfortable. Sometimes I feel like I'm the mom in the group, because if there's any problems, I'm willing to try to resolve, see what's going on. So immediately, I told one of my friends, hey, let's just switch. I'll sit at the table, you can sit where I'm sitting, and I'll just see what's going on. And the 2 friends that were tripping, they were getting upset about the crowd being loud and being, so their reaction would be like, oh my god, you're being so loud, and saying that loud enough for the people around them to hear. And I'm just like, bitch, you're trying to get jumped. This is an all black crowd. Everyone here has came in a group. There's no singles. So you're really trying to fight people, and you were not about that. So to try to remedy the situation, while the 2 friends were upset and they started, voicing that they were upset, I was just like, hey, do we need to take a walk? Do we need to leave for a second? Because the show's shit anyway. We won't miss anything. We can leave if this is upsetting you this much. And they were both like, no, 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 no. So we were cool for a little while, a little longer. And then the Wicked Witch starts getting upset and being like, oh my god. And all I said was, you're being loud, or you're loud, one of those 2. And what she heard me say is, shut the fuck up. And to other friends, she will say she heard me shush her. But all I said was she was being loud. There was no initial reaction there. Then that stopped it. There was no more getting upset and yelling. There was no fighting. Thank goodness. But after that dinner, everyone was in a bad mood. One friend was sick. I was sick and tired. One friend already knew she was about to leave afterwards, and we were all just like over the whole situation. So between that was her breaking point. No, between that and having the guy that she was obsessed with on our podcast, that was her breaking point. So she, I don't know, she thought I was talking shit about her behind her back. And I'm just like, no, we've talked with you about how crazy you talk or act around that dude and how insane it is. So no one's talking shit about your back. But yeah, she, yeah, that was just it. I was just like, dude, it's just too much. And honestly, before that, I was just like starting to step away from her because it was just too much for me. And she was upset that I don't know. If there's an issue, I'm gonna speak up on it. If any one of my friends are acting crazy in public, I'm gonna speak on it. And she felt like I was treating her different. I was like, girl, if any one of my other friends did the same thing, I would have handled it the same exact way. And I hope if I ever act crazy in public, my friends are good enough to be like, girl, chill out. But yeah, oh yeah, and I'm an absolute villain in her life apparently. So I don't know. You win some, you lose some. It sucks because I genuinely thought we were friends. Oh, and cherry on top. Just a little cherry on top amongst all the stuff in the paragraphs that she sent me. She says she regularly talked shit about me to my ex and my ex's current girlfriend that she is friends with. So it's not just the acting crazy, being crazy, and obsession with men. It was just off rip. You were being a bad friend to me behind my back, and that really fucking hurt. And it just so happened to be an ex that I was really hurt about for a lot of years. Don't care anymore, obviously. But she knew that would be something that hurt me. So, yeah, so that's two friends down. One friend, she's such a nice person and she's too nice. And she has really shitty friends and she lets her friends walk all over her. And I'm not somebody that will stand by and be okay with that happening to anybody, let alone my friends. So it's years and years in and nothing has changed. And I just can't anymore. And especially if she's close friends with people that hate me. I don't think they hate me. I think they just really don't like me. And that just creates a really weird dynamic, especially when she tries to get you to hang out with the same people that treat her bad and are going to treat me bad. So that really, I feel like that friendship breakup really sucked the most because it wasn't because she was a bad person. It was because she's a better friend to all her other friends than to me. And even when I was like, I sent a message explaining why I think we should have a friend breakup and we almost, made up. I was like, she told me that she actually ended the friendships with those people because she realized how bad they were for her. And I was like, oh shit, so things have changed. But obviously, I wouldn't know this because we don't talk about anything. You don't talk about what's going on. And that was a whole nother thing, lack of communication. But yeah, we almost worked it out. I was like, well, since the main reason why I think we can't be friends is, irrelevant now, maybe we could talk it out. And we planned to meet up at a day. The next fucking day, she messaged me basically saying that, you know what, never mind, I don't care if we're not friends anymore. And she picked the one time we've ever had an issue, like an actual issue to be upset about. She was like, because of this thing. And please tell me if I'm wrong. Please tell me if I'm wrong in this situation because I'll accept it. But there was what she brought up was when we had a vacation. It was four of us. We went to New Orleans for Halloween. What happened was we were running late to get back to our room to catch the Uber and go home. So everything was running late. We were walking. We were on the strip and everything. We're walking, speed walking to our Airbnb. So there was apparently a lot of miscommunication where I think I was just not fully listened to because I said, okay, we should have everything, packed up and ready for us to go. Um, so it's quick. But I explained that I'm going out in costume. It's Halloween. I explained that we should leave at this time so there's enough time to wash up, shower, and change before we go. And we were not on time at all. We were running super late, and I was panicked because I didn't want to go to the airport in full costume, full makeup, and no shower. But yeah, so we're speed walking down the road, and one of my friends, she's up ahead of me, stops and starts talking to this guy that's tried to chat her up. And as I'm catching up and starting to walk past, and I looked over to him, I was just like, hey, we're in a rush. We can't talk. We gotta go. And my friend that was talking to him got upset with me, which I thought was crazy. Knowing her as her friend, I know she's one of those people that doesn't like to be interrupted when she's talking to a guy or a guy's talking to her. I'm aware of that. But I was just like, this one time, we're kind of in a rush, even though I was behind you, but now I'm ahead of you because you're stopping to talk to someone. So she got upset to me, and she's just like, you weren't even there, this, that, what are you doing, basically? And I was like, girl, we're in a rush. We got to go. I'm late. I know you're ready to hop into the cab and go, but I'm not. So we need to go. And while we're having that conversation, my third friend decides to chime in, taking her side, and what she said was, well, you should have did this, that, or you should have already gotten ready. You should have this, that. And I snapped on her. I yelled at her, which I did apologize for, because, no one deserves to be fucking yelled at. We're all adults. We should be able to have conversations. I was just super angry, and she said the most unhelpful, irritating shit in a moment of heightened anger. And yeah, I yelled at her. I was just like, dude, why are you saying anything? Because her flight, we weren't even all on the same flight. She had hours until her flight. It was me and the one friend talking to the dude that was in a rush. So I'm just like, this doesn't even affect you. Why are you even saying this? So yeah, I snapped at her, and we were all upset. And I was just like, bruh, that's like, for example, let's say you lost your key to your house, and you're going to your friend like, yo, where's my key? I can't find it, this, that. And they're like, you shouldn't have lost it. It's like, you're already frustrated that you lost it, and what the fuck am I gonna do? Unlose it? Am I gonna go back in time and prepare? Like, yeah, so she said some unuseful, annoying shit, just like some read the room fucking shit, and I snapped at her, and then afterwards, I did apologize for yelling at her. We were crying and everything, and I thought it was over. I was like, I'm sorry I yelled at her. I did tell her, I meant what I said, because that little chime in was very unnecessary, very unhelpful in every way, but I shouldn't have yelled at you. But that was the thing she decided to point out and be like, I'm still upset about it. So you're upset that you upset me and I reacted. And that pissed me off again. And I responded very angrily. I didn't say anything very rude, but I basically did the same thing where I explained, girl, you said something very unnecessary, very unhelpful in a moment where I was clearly very upset and angry, but you're upset. And that was the end of it for me. Because you can't be upset at me because you upset me. It just doesn't make sense to me. But if it makes sense to you and you think I'm in the wrong, please tell me. I might be, but I genuinely don't think so. But yeah, no, that's friend number 3 off. And then there's just people in general that I just don't hang out with anymore. Not for any reason. It's just I think I've found my people at this point. It doesn't mean I'm not open to like other friendships or meeting other people, but I think I've actually found people that genuinely understand me and get me. And it just feels really nice. It's just something that I have never had, and even through hanging out with this bigger group of friends, which I held together once I gave up, I was just like, once I stopped trying really, really hard, I found the people that will try just as hard to be my friend. And it's fucking amazing. And I genuinely hope everyone finds their people because, I don't know, just truly being understood by another person is just another level of, I don't know, happiness. I guess I'm happy or something. But yeah, so much has been going on. And from this video, you would think that I have to deal with a lot of drama, but genuinely, I've never had to deal with as much drama as I've had to deal with in this year alone, ever. But now that those people aren't in my life anymore, I don't think I will have to deal with anything like that for a while. Hopefully. That's why me and my friends, we get together and watch reality TV. That's all the drama I need on the screen, not in my personal life. But yeah. So that was a big change this year. I feel like I also went through kind of a, not a personality change, but like kind of like a shift very lately, just because I've been realizing people are there's a lot more crazy people in the world there than there is sane people. There's a lot more people that act insane than people that act with common sense and decency. And I also learned that I can't afford to be nice to people anymore. And what I think the domino that kind of just like put me there is me and my friend went to this art thing recently, Ingenuity. I went last year, had the time of my life. I went this year and was fighting for my life. I just wanted her to really enjoy it, and we didn't even get to see that much of the art because people were acting crazy. It went from running into the Wicked Witch. She looked absolutely fucking gorgeous. She looks like she lost weight. Her makeup popping, but I hate her. As a person, like she looks beautiful and she acts so nice to other people, but Jesus Christ, she ran up to my friend like they were long lost best friends that haven't seen each other in years. They don't even talk. So as soon as she ran into the hug, my friend looked at me like, "What the fuck?" She mouthed, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "I don't know." And Wicked Witch was just like, "I miss you so much." This and that, man. She's just like very confused about this whole situation. And eventually, because I'm sitting there staring at her, the girl didn't look at me once. Not once during this entire interaction. I was as close to them as I am to this camera. Like, I'm just standing there. And my friend's just like, okay, since you have the energy to act this out, she said she wanted her to say hi to me. And she said no. And then that's when my friend was like, no, you like to play games? This is over. So she immediately blocked the girl because obviously she wants to play shit out, play games. And it's weird. It's very weird. I wouldn't have seen her if she just kept walking. And if I did, who cares? I wouldn't have said anything. But yeah, that threw us through a loop. And then there was this whole thing where we ran into a mutual friend of ours and a guy he was with. And she asked our mutual friend if she could get his vape, which was in his bag. She started rummaging for his bag after he said yes. And mutual friends dude just started screaming at her. And we were just like, what the fuck is going on? He was just so angry. And we were just like, whatever happened didn't warrant him acting like that. And I even, like, we left because the dude just looked furious. And that's not even this dude. They're not boyfriend. But he was just so furious, so we left. And it was just bothering us so much. So I was just like, I'll go back. I've met the dude before. I didn't know he acted like this. Let me just actually ask what happened, because we were both very confused. And apparently he thought my friend was robbing him. He was just like, this drunk stranger just walked up, this, that. And I was like, my friend wasn't even she can drink. She wasn't even drunk. But yeah, he just played it out like my friend was like a drunkard, just stepped on everyone's toes, tried to rob her and take his stuff. And I'm like, they know each other. She's not a stranger. And he just like started yelling at me. He just started getting very heated. And he's like, this. And I literally said, how you handled the situation, no matter from what angle you saw it from, was crazy. And he told me my happiness doesn't matter. And I was just like, what the fuck? And he just kept like repeating himself, saying, your friend this, your friend that. And I was just like, okay, even if from your perspective you're correct, how you handled it was absolutely crazy. You just yell at strangers. And he just started just getting heated. And I just turned to my friend, the guy in the situation that I actually know, and I'm just like, what the fuck's up with your friend? I was like, what's going on? And this dude would not let him even talk. He kept putting his hand in front of his mouth and being like, I can speak for myself. And I'm just like, dude, he's not trying to speak for you. He's trying to speak for himself. And then he kept doing that. And I literally was like, trying to put my hand in front of his face and just like be focused on what my friend's trying to tell me, because he wasn't allowed to speak. And eventually I was just like, half jokingly, I just turned to the dude. It's like, can he speak for himself? Basically, does he have your permission to speak? And that dude straight up said no. And I'm just like, so I literally just took my friend. I was just like, yeah, can we just talk over here? Because apparently you're not allowed to talk over while he's around. And it was just so fucking insane. And my friend was like, yeah, I don't even remember saying a yes to letting her go in my bag. And he was high as a kite. He was like, yeah, I just don't know what's even going on. It's very upsetting. But I'm just like, dude, your friend is screaming at you, screaming at me, and screaming at my friend. What's wrong with him? And he's just, to this day, I don't even fucking know what was up with him. It's just anger issues or something. But yeah, I don't know. Every way I look at it, I was like, I couldn't see myself just yelling and calling someone a bitch, someone I don't even know, a bitch, just because I misread a situation. I couldn't misread a situation to that extent. That's embarrassing. And if my friend screamed at someone else while they're going through my bag, while I'm just standing there letting them go through my bag, I'm calling my friend out and being like, dude, why are you screaming at someone else? I know this person. I'm friends with them. I would speak the fuck up. And the whole situation rubbed us both the whole wrong fucking way. And I was just like, yeah, lately people have just been acting out of pocket. And they've been acting out of pocket with the quiet people that will fucking kill them. Like, it's insane. But yeah, that's very recently. And we just no, that whole day was really insane. So after that, we tried to have a good time. We tried to walk around, ran into our other friends, and it was no recovering. So I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, let's just go to a club. We have a lot of nervous energy. That was so awkward. Not even awkward. That was just bad. It was just so bad. Let's just go to the club, dance it out, sweat it out. Cool, right? So we make our way to the flats which is like the only place in Cleveland that just has like clubs next to each other where you can just walk to each one. So we went down there, we went to a club, and it was cool at first. And then all of a sudden, I turn around, my friend's just like, let's get out of here. This man is staring at both of us angrily, and my friend she's just like, we gotta go. They said some racist shit to me, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on with tonight? And then like I see the angry dude, and there's a woman next to him, and she looks as confused as I am. And I go up and it's like, hey, do you know what? I just, right next to her, I went up to her and I was just like, do you know what happened? I'm very confused. Like, he just looks very angry, and my friend's very upset. What happened? She's just like, I don't even know. And I was just like, well, fuck. I guess we are leaving the club. And that was all in one day. Yeah, and then that just left me in a mood of I just don't want to be around people in general. I don't like people because people don't know how to act or treat other people, and I'm starting to learn every single day not everyone is raised right. Because yelling at someone, first of all, is a last resort. We're grown. Use your fucking voice. We can talk, even if you're angry, even if you need a moment. Racism is a whole fucking other thing. Like, how this day and age, racist, that's embarrassing. What? Yeah, so why I haven't been doing a podcast is because this whole year has been a fucking whirlwind. And, I don't know. If I want to make something happen, I gotta make it happen myself. So that's not gonna happen unless I do it. So here I am doing the thing. And honestly, this is going a lot smoother than I thought it would. I just got so much going on. I had a lot to talk about. And even talking about it while trying to censor and not trying to hurt people's feelings and not mention certain people, it's annoying. But, do your best. It's my life too, my story too, but at the same time, I'm not trying to tear other people down. I don't care enough to. But yeah. Oh, I did have a lapse. So usually I'm the one that takes the high ground 100% of the time. After that same night, I was over everything, and I was just like, you know what? I've been too nice to too many people, and I went back and I took all the people that I either hated the most or had a unresolved thing with, and I messaged them, and then I just deleted. Like I didn't delete it. I moved them into spam. So even if they respond, I'm not gonna see it because I messaged my ex's girlfriend that I was way too nice to, simply because we had a mutual friend. And I didn't want to put that mutual friend in the middle of anything. So I handled this whole weird situation way too nicely, and I retracted everything I said, which basically was, hey, I don't want to hang out with you because you're my ex's current girlfriend. That's fucking weird and uncomfortable. That wasn't the reason I didn't want to hang out with her. I didn't want to hang out with her because she's a shit friend, and if she's gonna treat her best friend like shit, she's gonna treat me like worse shit. So I literally was like, yeah, I'm messaging you this for me, not for you. I just need to say this because I was too nice to you. No, I'm like blatantly honest. So I told her the reason why. And I was just like, yeah, I was way too nice. So just so you know, I didn't want to hang out with you, not because you're my ex's current girlfriend. It's because I don't like you as a person, and I didn't want to be your friend because you're a shit friend to the people around you. So how the fuck am I gonna expect you to treat me? I messaged one of my other bosses. I told him the reason why I quit wasn't because I went to college. It's because the whole company's a boy club, and all these old men are sexist, racist, homophobic, fucking pervert creeps, and they make me uncomfortable. That dude tried to make a move on me, and I literally I was like, dude, I saw you as a work dad. Like, I thought you were my work dad until you tried to sexualize me, and it made it so fucked up. It was disgusting. So I just messaged because he stalks all of my social media. So I unblocked him and messaged him that. I messaged my first ex, whom is a rapist, and told him the reason why I never, because I cut him completely out of my life when I was young, and he keeps trying to get back in my fucking life. And I was like, and he tried again last year, and that was very upsetting. So I told him the reason why I don't want to ever talk to him is because he's a fucking rapist, and I just don't. I want to forget about him. I don't want him to exist in my world. That and what else? Oh, I took screenshots of messages my last boyfriend's dad sent me because he's a horrible person. And oh my god, it was a whole fucking thing. But he has paragraphs in my Instagram DMs. This grown newly married man was messaging me trying to manipulate me into thinking my ex was trying to pit people against each other, but it was really him. So I just screenshotted all the messages he sent me, sent it to my ex, put it into spam. I was just really upset, but after I did, I felt a lot better. And I probably would never do it again, because usually things don't bother me, but I was very bothered that day. I was very upset, and I took it out on people I believe deserved it. Yeah, and that might be bad. Don't regret it. Probably won't do it again. Yeah, and most, almost a catch up. That's almost everything, I think. I recently realized I like weed more. I'm very pro weed. First time I ever tried weed was I hit a dab in 2020 during shutdown, hanging out with a friend. I almost died. But then he introduced me to cards because I wanted to try weed to help me sleep, because during shutdown, sleeping issues runs in my family, period. On my female side, we all have sleeping issues. It's been a problem my entire life. During shutdown, it was 10 times worse because I'm not doing anything. There's nothing like getting rid of my energy. It's just, I had the worst time sleeping. So, and I went through the whole process of trying, cough syrup, Benadryl, sleeping pills, and I tried everything but weed, basically. And melatonin, obviously. I started with melatonin. Melatonin worked for a little bit, wasn't strong enough eventually. But yeah, and then I wanted to try weed to help me sleep, and that was the cure. I to this day luckily it's legal now, it's legal in Ohio, woo. It helps me sleep so much. Like I haven't had trouble falling asleep since I've tried it, so I use it every night before I go to bed, and it's just a blessing. But I've also used it to help me with anxiety, help me to just wind down. after work, and I just like weed now. That's fine. Just not just regular smegular weed. I prefer the vape though. I'm not really into bud just because of the smell, amount of effort, mostly smell. And also carts are flavored. I get mine from California, so I have like pina colada flavors and like kiwi, just like fun stuff. But yeah, that's something newish. Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to a trip. It's I'm crawling there because again, we're all having money problems, me included. And what I try to do before every trip is cover all of my bills before the trip, so I don't have to come back worried about bills, and I don't have to be on vacation worried about bills. But I need more money so I can take care of the bills and have plenty to spend on vacation. And it's a girls trip too. It's like first official like girl gang trip. It was at the beginning of the year is a lot more people, but you know, you already know what happened. But yeah, looking forward to that. And then from there is just get my adult shit together. I that means saving, I have to work on my credit score, I have to apartment shop, but get my credit score up before then. Save, make more money. I'm gonna try to apply for the post office. I don't want to be a mailman, I just want to sort. But yeah, it's when I mean I'm in a figuring it out period in my life, like everyone else, like a lot of people around my age is in a I'm trying to figure it out. I am literally trying to get it together and figure it out. And it's hard. It's not easy. Like just being alive is not fucking easy. It's expensive. And it's but yeah, no. And I also wasn't sure if I'd be able to be good at podcasting because I feel like I'm in I don't know, Debbie Downer area. Like I'm happy. I yeah, I'm happy. I'm in a good place. But I feel like I'm just stressed. Not just because of personal life, it's just because everything in the world that's happening is trickling down and affecting my little life. Like me and my friends, I went off about this, like just how things are just. I almost cried the other day because I love Just Dance, one of my favorite all time games. And the other year, they added a subscription where you can get the songs from all the different eras, all the different years with the subscription on the one game. Because usually how Just Dance works, each year you have to buy the game and you get, the hit songs and everything from that year, and that's it. So that subscription was fucking dope. I had like playlists on the game and it was just amazing. I wanted to get back into playing Just Dance, for exercise, just for fun. I enjoy it. And I come to find out they discontinued that subscription, which almost already had me pushing the panic button, but I was like, wait. Maybe they have a replacement. Maybe the next year's game, they did try something different. So I looked into it, and yeah, they have a different setup, different subscription setup. So I was like, okay, fuck it. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let me check it out. Let's buy it. Let's go ahead. And let's make sure that they have the songs that you like. And when I tell you, like, all the fucking songs that I love, almost all of them are gone off of Just Dance. And I'm just like, this game is useless now. I have these games are actually unplayable now. I even tried to go back to the older games that I had to just see maybe those songs are just on that game for that year and I can still play it and I'll just have to switch between the different just dances. No, they were all under the unlimited subscription. So yeah, I think I actually cried a little bit because what the fuck am I? There's nothing I can do about it. I have to actually just get over it. Hope they add new songs that I like. And I don't know, fuck it. And it's all because how music artists are like protecting their music and how certain songs, certain artists can't be on Just Dance. And it's just like, y'all don't know how this is ruining my fucking life. Like, they don't know how this trickle down effect is affecting our lives. They don't care. It's all about money to them, but it's about my happiness to me. But yeah, yeah. So that's something I will be sad about for a long time. Just Dance is kind of over unless they fix it, which I don't think they will. Don't think they will. But everything else seems to be going okay, other than money. Money and Just Dance are the biggest issues in my life right now. And that's not an issue. That's just laziness. Yeah, I think that's it. Wow, talked for a whole hour. That's very surprising for me. I did good. Thank you for listening and letting me rant. Um, I'm hoping to start doing this every week, per usual. Get to using clips, editing. I want to focus and be committed to it again because after it didn't work out with my uh past friend, I kind of lost motivation just because I was just super bummed out about it because it was something I really wanted to do. So here I am doing it and I'm gonna commit to it. So, hope you guys enjoy. If you do, comment, subscribe, share, support your girl. Thank you. And I'll be streaming soon. I will just make an announcements. I just gotta get my accounts together. I gotta figure out how to connect my gaming systems. I wish I had someone to do all this for me because the techno part is not it for me. I don't care for the editing and posting and stuff. So, future reference, if you wanna be coworkers, hit me up. Maybe, probably not, but maybe. Doesn't hurt to ask. I'm always down to work with people that are down to put in work. But yeah. I think that's it. That's it. So until next week, peace out.
Oh shit, you're still here. That's fucking dope. Thank you for supporting me and watching my video all the way to the end. If you have any suggestions or things you want to hear me talk about, people you want to hear me talk to, please let me know. You can message me, you can comment below. And since you're part of the end of the video crew, I'm gonna need you to comment your favorite emoji at the bottom of this video so I can know that you made it here. So I hope you have a great day. Thank you for your support and till next time.